they're like, oh, okay, that's Busy Bone from Cleveland. It's crazy. Was that like a strategic marketing plan that y'all did, or is just, hey man, this is where we from and we repping?
Yeah, we was just repping our side. We was trying to get trying to make Cleveland be a place where musicians could make it big out of. So that was our whole plan, is just to make it as big as LA, to make it as big as New York, to make it, as big as any hip hop community. So that was sort of our plan. And of course, where we were from, that was a day and a time where you represented your area. And then we had such a new style. And Cleveland really didn't have no hip hop artists besides MC Brains and a couple other brothers from, that came up around our area, Paycheck and Pratt and some of them, Hot Sauce Williams, few other things. So, like that was the basic purpose. And we was always repping the city. So it just came out like that. And then,
That's what's
you know, E- yeah, Easy was repping Compton, and everybody was repping their own hood. So it was right under. It was easy for Easy E to market and promote us because we fell right in line.
amen. So, a lot of people, man, and especially the young artists out here, they look up to you guys. When I'm talking to some of the independent artists out here in Cleveland, your style and your swag and your finesse and the way you guys moved the industry and became moguls is really inspirational to a lot of the young artists. How have you been able to stay with the trends, man? Because when we was out there really in the beginning days, we had the hustle CDs out the back of the trunk. You putting up flyers on the mug, on the poles, in the phone booth and stuff. Now we have the internet. How has that helped or hurt your business as a musician?
Well, when the internet first got to cracking, it was like a untamed beast, and I think we had to catch up with it and catch up with the monetizations and catch up with the culture vultures and just like anything else, you know what I mean? So it tightened things up. It made you tighten up, all the loose screws and make you get the ship together. And so I think it did more good. And then you can be way more independent than you ever could be with all of the access to technology and all that other stuff. So I say it did more help than it did harm. And but it was a motherfucker to wrestle that shit down and stop people from taking our residuals from YouTube
Oh,
or sound scan or streaming or downloads. And it's a lot of culture vultures out in the industry, and really not in the industry but in the world, that's going to try to find when you're not on top of a certain aspect of your business, and they're going to get on top of it for you. And they're going to have this, and then they have this moral um air of arrogance, as if since you didn't know how to get your particular monetization or streams, there's an arrogance to, well, I know how to do it, so i'm allowed to I'm allowed to take from them. Since they
wow.
don't know about monetization, I feel as though I have that right. And it's a very, very arrogant, like very, very arrogant. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody's trying to morally justify why they're beating up on an innocent person. So it's sort
Mm-hmm.
of like
Wow, that's a great analogy right there. And here at KFSM Radio, we work with a lot of independent artists. Through the years, man, we've noticed that a lot of independent artists don't even know, man. It's like the OGs ain't teaching them the game. They don't really know because they got Justin Bieber fever. They think they can make a hot track, put it on YouTube, and that's it. They just gonna blow up. Can you explain to just give them a little bit of insight and the understanding of copyright and publishing and all of the things that are ISRC codes? Those are things that artists need to know about. And how important is it that through the years that you've come together that you've been able to understand that, learn that, and can give us some information on
well, you got to have a good team around you.
it? Mm.
It's good to have your clique. It's good to have shooters. That's security. I mean, to secure
Yeah.
you, to make sure you don't get into nothing, or make sure that you stay safe or whatnot. But you gotta have business people, gotta be in your clique. If you don't know something, and you gotta hire people that do know something. I had, like, when I rolled around, I had my clique with me, but I also had two or three suits.
Come on.
Just attorneys that knew the law, that knew what. So as soon as we got into something, we immediately was able to get out of it. Like they
Wow.
immediately had the, you know what I'm saying, the judge on the line or the police on the line, like my guys, da, 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 da. So it and then they tell you what you don't know. So your SRC code and different things of that nature in order to track the progress and everything else that's going on. You know, it's good to either school yourself or you got to get good people on your team, like business people, like squares, like who
Yes.
we know and like who you might know in school is the preps or the
Nerds. So what do we call them?
yeah,
Nerds.
something like yeah, well, you know,
Yeah.
they call them something new every 10
Yeah,
years, but
right.
you know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that, and that would be my advice to the next generation. You know, make sure that your clique, make sure that your family consists of thinkers. Make sure you have thinkers in your clique, so you can make it out of this because more so than your talent, your ideas and your execution and your planning and how you perfect each step and how you follow through. You could be the best rapper in the world, but if you don't follow through, then you know with the process of getting your money and seeing your money off streams and blowing up, like you can blow up off one song, but if you're not monetizing your product, if your product ain't more than 10 minutes, then you can't get ads ran on it. It's a difference in a million views of a 5 minute video on YouTube and a million views on a 10-minute video.
Right, come on.
So you just gotta have the right people. You just gotta have the right people in place to help you out and give you little trinkets here and there so you can stay young and stay fun and still do your shit, you know?
Hey man, hey man, I've had the opportunity to grow up listening to the music, man, and just loving it every from the very beginning, man. And I like to know, like, what were some of your inspirations? Like when you guys came out, you were like the youngest of the whole group, so I know they was doing the big brother elbow chops and things, and always playing around acting like they was the big brothers and stuff. What were some of your inspirations that really triggered you to say, you know what, I can make music and I could be great at this?
Of course, my big bros, my peers, um, a lot of competition as well as peers in Cleveland, like Glenville festivals. You know, will be all of us, man. We'll all gather up and everybody will battle everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
it we'd help. Oh man, that's when K Chill and MC Brains was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when they was really doing their shit. So a lot of Cleveland artists really helped me know it. And of course, Easy E, because I met him like at 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get out of all my contractual shit with Ruthless Records and go and do my own shit because I signed when I was like 16, 17 years old. So I was never really held, you know, to that grown man standard on the label. But just learning along the way, man, and just picking up new shit from artists that's out there and just schooling you. Like Ice T, man, before he went to go do New York Undercover, he sat Bone Thugs and Harmony down. And he don't remember this. I did a movie with him in 2015.
Come on.
And I asked him, did he remember this shit? He didn't remember none of it. But he like, man, he gave us so much game about not going for the money all the time. That
Wow.
when you working with the man or when you working with white people or people that's in the business or already got the plug, you know what I'm saying? It could be a white dude, it could be fucking Mr. Johnson up at BET. Sometimes it ain't about, well, he don't own it no more, but anyway, well, it ain't about you know, getting the bread first. It's about the track record and people trusting you. And this is in TV and film. So just picking up game, man, that helped me film 5 movies and do 2 documentaries and write my own film. So it's just people along the way. It's one hand, like man, it's really a village thing in hip hop. Like one person passes it on and they pass it on. Run DMC, Run passed it on to me. DMC passed it on to Craig. Jam J passed it on to us. Pun. So yeah, that's kind of like how I go. Yep.
That's what's up. That's awesome, man. Can I go ahead with my next question? Because right now in the industry, and I know it's been that way for a long time, but it's like crabs in a barrel out here. got a lot of artists like Drake and Yin Yang Twins. They always say, smoke by myself, drink by myself. And they're always saying that they're doing it by themselves. They're really not putting out to the public how it really takes a team. It's like it's really a family. It's really people coming together and handing down the information because it's a really small industry. How important, and I know you kind of answered it, but is it to really understand what the job of a manager is, what the job of a publicist and what's going on in those people around you and how they need to be supporting you so they don't pull you down but help uplift you.
Well, I mean, it's the word. I think that new artists and artists in general just pay attention to the word. A promoter is supposed to fucking promote.
Amen. Come
Like
on.
if you have a promoter that bring you to a show, their job is to put the asses in the seat.
Yes.
That's their job. That's it. You do everything you can as an artist to help, but it's their job to promote and make it big. With a manager, it is a manager's job to manage. You know what I'm saying? To manage you, and so on and so forth. So just look at the suffix of the word, and you don't worry about the ER, the ING, the ED, or the
Come on.
S. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it for what it is, and that'll take you to an entirely another level. Just make sure that they're doing their job. And if you've got an all-purpose person who puts on many hats, recognize that too, because you can lose somebody that's doing everything by trying to name them just one thing. Like if this dude is, if he financing you, if he got the studio and he got the beats, then he's Dr. Dre.
Come on.
He's not your he's not your producer.
Come on.
You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? That nigga Dr. Dre. So as long as it's just peeping it, picking up on it, and not losing by getting the big head, not losing the your team and your opportunity when y'all only working with uh minimal finances and revenue in order to push your brand and your product where you need it to go. So it's like a balance. It's a waltz. It's a waltz that you got to do just to win.
Come on. You gotta hear that. Yeah, that's for real. Come on now. So, y'all here, man, in this 2020 crazy. You already said at the very beginning, man, we got the COVID-19 thing. The tip of the sword has been dipped in acid, and cats is going crazy because we just tired of seeing all of the abuse that are out here. And I knew that this had happened a little while ago here in Cleveland because I heard about it, but it just really started to come back where there was an artist, man, that was, I think it was from Japan, right? He from Japan. Dude was like the ultimate story of an artist where he sold all of his stuff, he hopped on the plane, and he came to Cleveland, baby, because he was going to buy him some bone. And he was looking around, found himself over on St. Clair and some of the other spots right there in not the best situation because he ran out of money and couldn't find you. That just ain't how it happens. And when the news and some other really loving people that I've actually had the opportunity to meet since I've been out here saw what he was going through and what he was putting together and how his motivation was in the game, they started reaching out to people and they actually were able to reach out to you, man. And you kind of helped the man get back on his feet straight, got him back home and stuff. How was that experience and has that really carried with you all these years as it's going by to know that we're able to help somebody because dude is really doing good. I think it was a positive impact in his life, and he'll never forget that.
I mean, it was love, man, and it happens like that every now and again. We get thrown a touchdown pass
Mm.
out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? To where our accomplishments and our goals and everything that we've achieved manifests itself in big stories like this to remind people of what the fellas, Bone Thugs and Harmony, um, meant to music and a lot of people. So it does happen, and you want to reach your hand out for everybody that you can. You know what I mean? You want to try to help as many people as you can. Once you get past the gate, once you get past the gate, it's your job to get as many motherfuckers over that fence as you can. That's your job as somebody that come from a fucked up place, or what I'm saying, where welfare exists and disenfranchisement, and you in your neighborhood and don't nobody on shit with motherfuckers from other places. You know, just we ain't got no franchises, we ain't got shit. So it's our job to reach back over, and I hope the brother's okay. I know he was in good hands with, you know, Big Hoop Five and Quasimodo and a couple other family members that I came up with in my day. You know, Lincoln West and shit. Big shout out to Lincoln West. I don't know if nobody remember that high school out there on the west side, but that's when they started, you know, putting everybody together. Like they wouldn't ship us to, we stayed right up the street from, could have walked to Glenville. Like we literally could have walked to the Glenville. But they went up right up, they picked us up from a bus right behind Bracknell, you know, the good part, Bracknell, where it's all nice and shit.
Yeah.
But we ain't allowed to go. You know what I'm saying? Well, we what, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, yeah, man, definitely, man. Shouts out to Lincoln West, man. Big Hoop Five, Quasi, all the family.
Amen. Shout out to everybody who's joining us on the YouTube Live. If you're just tuning in, we are live right here on Celebrity Talk with and the platinum selling, Grammy nominated, and award winning baby, Bizzy Bone from Bone Thugs. Yeah! Shout out to Reese. I see you out there, my
Cleveland
man.
is in the house.
Yes, everybody is in the house, man. Shouts out. Well, what we doing is, you're just tuning in, is your first time on Celebrity Talk, we definitely need you subscribe to our channel, because we doing this all the time. All of the hot celebrities are coming through, and we want to allow you an opportunity to come on. And if I know you got questions and you want to chop it up with Bizzy Bone, man, and let him know what's good with you out here. So we do have shouts out to Demetrius Smith. I see you, big baby. We got an artist, man, this out here in Cleveland, in Ohio, doing this Thug Fizzy, man. He goes by the name of Gambino. We gonna bring Gambino in, man, and let him see something to you. Say what's up with you. How about you, Gambino, man? I see you, big baby. What's good with you, family? Gotta get you unmuted. We gonna get him unmuted. There we go. What's good with you, man? You are live. We got Bizzy Bone in the building with you. What's good, family?
What up with you? How you doing?
We good over here, man. We good. You know, I've been seeing you there for a minute. How you doing, man? What's
I'm doing
life good
good.
to you, man? Nice. Nice.
Life's doing good, man. I'm just happy to have this opportunity to speak to you, cause like I got a lot going on where I'm trying to do stuff like you trying, like how you have done. So I appreciate like even having this conversation and you taking the time to do this.
Oh man, it's all good, man. I definitely, man. You know, like I was telling my mans, it's always good to reach out, you know, swap knowledge, you know, that's the barter system. You know what I mean? You tell me a little something, I tell you a little something, I take home what you tell me, apply it, and vice versa. So that's how this works. That's how this works, man, for real.
For sure. I'm like a sponge. I like to soak up all what I can take from older generations and on, because like y'all did it first. So it's like you learn from that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's just hand in hand, man. We gotta really turn everybody around and let them know that exists, man. Survive.
Hell yeah.
Last through the test of time. Don't let it be too many Tupacs. Don't let it be too many Biggies.
Right.
Don't let it be too many Big Puns. Watch it and live long enough to see this world turn in your favor, because that's what's happening. It's you know, it's more than just Obama. It's more than just a few people in Congress. It's more than that. Live long enough to see this whole world change in your favor, young brother, young sister.
I respect that.
And we gotta push that. If we push that, man, our whole culture will wake the fuck up. Wake up. It's our time.
Yeah.
Wake
It
the
is.
fuck up. It's happening.
Is.
Like, it's happening. Give it like 10, 20 more years. It's happening. It's gonna be utopia out in this motherfucker, man.
Right. It is. And I got a question, because like I plan on, like I got a group that I'm working on, and I want to know how you deal with like your personal stuff and theirs, and trying to do like the group wise and try to keep everybody together on the same page.
I mean,
I know it's hard, but like I just need some input.
With Bone, everybody got to play the father with us. Everybody took turns being dad, because we didn't really have dad, like Lay Dad, Flesh Dad, Wish Dad, Cray Dad. My dad never really stepped in and played a role as far as, okay, you guys need to go into this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to, in each separate time, become that. Whichever one was not afraid to pick up the gun at the time. You know what I'm saying? From just as an example.
Right.
And that's where a lot of the balance came out, where Crazy might have been a little bit apprehensive and maybe doing a show or a particular song. Lazy Bone was there to say, trust me on this one. If it don't work, then we'll never do this shit again. But fucking trust me. So it's a common bond that you gotta have a bond with your partners like your brothers. And
like a good brotherhood.
yeah, man, it's gotta be a brotherhood. And one good thing about us is none of us really had money. Wishbone always had money. You know what I'm saying? That nigga always had money. Like always. I don't remember when he never did. You know what I'm saying? But he, man, always. But we grew up all broke, you know, so nobody really could say, I'm putting in more than you. So I couldn't give you advice on that aspect of it. But I think it would be a lot harder if you the leader, you putting in the bread, and then you got to get all the troops together. Like, let me tell you, for instance, right now I got my nephews, you know, Bloodline Harmony. I got them doing the same exact thing. I'm like, you gonna finance it, so you know how real your boys is. You know, I got my son, you know, little Bizzy's in the house and all
Right.
that. So I'm making sure that, you know, he understands the value of being a leader. So it I would say, you know, give and take, be understanding, and if you putting in all the money, don't dwell on it, or they ain't gonna feel like they doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So an
And right
open
now,
line of,
oh my bad.
no.
Right now is good because like we like splitting everything. Like, all right, so I started taking music like seriously a couple months ago, and people like actually mess with my music. So I'm like, if I can't sing or if I can't do this lyrical type of thing, I start adding people in that can do that because I can do certain stuff and my voice is a certain way. So I'm like, how about we make a group? And then when I found out they was doing this, I'm like, well, I gotta pick your brain because it's like you got the best group like ever, like for real.
Oh yeah, man. It's real simple, man. It's following a dream, and as long as the stars align in the right place, you got to make sure you outside to catch them. They always aligning. It ain't a miracle. You just got to be out there to catch them motherfuckers when they start to align. It's an eclipse every month or two. You
Hell
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Mercury, Venus, and Mars, all the motherfuckers line up every year or so. You know, so you just gotta
Right.
be outside ready when that shit pop. And when it pop, everybody gotta be on point and ready and let it be met. And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I can't leave this out. You gotta have some spirituality, you gotta have a lot of God. God gotta be involved. Like
Right.
in every aspect of what you're doing, God gotta be involved. Positivity and a
Yeah,
positive environment. You know what I'm
and
saying? It gotta
that's what I've been working on, positive, because like I know it's a lot of negative energy out there that can mess up stuff. So I've been keeping it a lot of positive stuff. Anybody out like even daily life, even family, I didn't had to cut off because like I need this to be positive, and I'm trying to be on that right path to try to make it up there and out of here. And I ain't even got no kids yet or nothing, so it's like nothing's really stopping me. It's just trying to get this out.
Hey man,
like
hey, hold on,
emotions.
Busy, real quick before you get in
I'm
that, Busy.
listening.
Yeah, we'll let you get those final comments, man. I want to let everybody, Gambino, man, tell everybody where they can get you at, man, real quick, because we're gonna have to keep moving interview in a little bit. So we'll
Oh,
let
for
Busy
sure.
answer, but I don't want to get out of here without you give me your social media.
You can reach me on IG at Gambino330. Uh, I got up my personal page is Jaquan underscore Gambino underscore Dawson. You can hit me up on there, inbox me, whatever, add me, features, whatever you want.
Any
So
closing comments for our guest, man, the superstar Busy Bone?
Yeah, man, I wanted to make sure you knew, like, man, just imagine on a spiritual level, that attitude, that emotion, those are the strips of pavement that you lay down for God to come enter into your life. You don't want God to have to come to hell or walk through hell to get to you. So the more positive that you make it, and the more people that you either you have them on your team or know how to diversify, as comfortable as you can make it. Nobody's snaking nobody, no nonsense. Right. It's easier for God to enter. And here go the lottery number. Here goes the number. This person's interested in you because I raised their eyebrows. I know the work that you put into it. So it's heavily influencing, and like God really put in work. So just know that.
I appreciate that, man, for real.
You too.
And I hope I can get like a contact so I can pick your brain or whatever, like an email or something. We can chop it up or something. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get it popping. Don't even trip. I have my mans make sure he double back.
All right, appreciate that, man.
All right.
Y'all be safe out there.
You got it. You too.
That's what's up, man. We still got more guests. Hold on. Who the hell is this coming to? Who's that? It's me. It's Donald Trump. How you doing, Bizzy Bone? Oh my God, I love your music. It's the first of the month. We're gonna give everybody stimulus checks. We're just gonna put it out like it's the first of the month. I wish you could sing me a song. I really love your music. I've enjoyed you, especially coming from New York. You know, I'm the president and everybody has to vote for me. But times are tough right now. Times are really hard, and I'm trying to bail America out. You gotta vote for Donald Trump. I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. I will offer you a $5 million stimulus check if you stop doing music, because your positive influence is really hurting my campaign. $5 million stimulus package for you, Bizzy Bone, Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's what it is. We'll make it the first of the month on a stimulus check. Donald Trump, out. What the hell is that?
I don't know what just happened, man. I don't know what just happened, but somebody came into the studio, man, with the shenanigans. I don't know what just happened.
Oh no! Well, it sounds like Donald Trump is asking if he offered you a $5 million stimulus package, would you stop making music? Just give it up. Let it go. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, that's is that a question?
That's a question from the president.
I mean, I'm not trying to like brag or nothing, but we got more than that already. Like,
come on. Amen.
Gotta come with a little bit more than that, baby.
Okay.
But I think that, seriously, music, like on a serious note, I kind of had a talk with myself, like, at a younger age, like, what am I in this for? And I know at the end of the day, a lot of my heroes are people that have been in the music industry for years and years and years, like Smokey Robinson. And people like these are like my heroes in music, to the point to where it's not what up, OG? It's not OG. It's like beyond the young hip bullshit. Like, I think I'm gonna always do it, man. I think I'm gonna always be a musician because it was something I was born to do. It's been a dream of mine since just a long, long time. I've been singing like all my life. So, but yeah, man, we're gonna have to bump up that. We're gonna have to bump that up. It's going to have to be a whole lot more than 5 million.
Well, I thank Donald Trump for stopping by. You should be out there trying to slow down them rallies and stuff that we got going on and stop the violence, man. The rest of them bad cops out there, instead of coming in the studio out here acting crazy with us.
That's right.
Coming by and acting crazy with us. So let's just talk about your current music, man. I know you got an album out there. It's
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide. I'm thinking I got carbon monoxide poison. It's like my brain ain't working. Carbon monoxide. Tell us a little bit about that joint, because you've been dropping albums the whole time.
Yeah, man. Carbon monoxide was just something that I was able to put together with my producer, and just no mistakes, like no flaws. Mixed right, mastered right, vocals right, the tracks right, the number of tracks is right, the guest appearances, the videos, the marketing, the promotional plan, the tour. Everything was just exactly the way that I wanted to move with my group. But at the
Wow.
time, my group was like more we just more into touring. You know, I'm like, we need to create a brand new joint so we could like start streaming, and the classics are gonna always sell. But we need to create like a new joint and like make sure that we stretch the legacy out. And at the time I was talking about doing that, you know, my niggas wasn't all the way ready to get down like that. So, you know, the Migos stuff was going on. Um, and then, you know, my life just took a turn. So I decided to put out this record because I had all this good music that I knew the people needed to hear. And I put together the package, man, and I had extra songs left over. And now we're finishing up the follow up to Carbon Monoxide. We're doing that now, which is turning out phenomenal. But it's it's a different feeling to be a part of the streams, to be a part of the downloads, and to check, you know, to check how many, you know, what streams make what. You
Right.
know, the thuggish ruggish, you get that. You know, the crossroads, you get that. We can sit on our asses and just live off that
Fine.
for the rest of our lives. You know, if that's something that we decided to do, but you know, it's just a different feeling. It's the here and now, and the people loving the music, and I'm grateful and thankful and just invigorated to continue to do more. You know.
Your swag is just magnificent. And when I listen to the music, don't change your swag. You are who you are. You are Busy Bone. But what did it take to be able to kind of still keep up with the news? Because they love beats, but a lot of when you guys first started out, it was like lyrics. You had to have lyrics, you had to have swag, you had to have rhythm, you had to have a whole lot of stuff. Now you can really just get a hot beat and say some stuff, and that's just the general consensus. How is it? Was it tough making the transition, saying, okay, look, we may have to do change the way we spit our bars or deliver things like that to kind of keep it mainstream and for today's listening audience that they're listening to different types of music?
No, I mean, well, one thing that I always used to get in trouble for up at Ruthless Records is because I wouldn't stick to the signature. Well, I must be plugged, so child, what about within cooking dough, and on that American love for a little easy blesses.
Come
So
on.
because I wouldn't stick with that one falsetto, and I searched different styles, and then that's how I came up with the Biggie Smalls thing. Well, I must be close to the Armageddon, Lord, no, and
Yes.
all the Tupac and all of that other stuff. So it really, my transitions in styles started early, and as I'm listening to what's going on, it's a spawn of an unfinished script that I've already went past. I've been already here. I'm at the back with the beer. Hopefully they wanna follow me. Yo, I'm gonna pull out my pistol and there. So it's
All right.
it's like it's it's like a broken English version of a bar, of one bar that I flew past. So
Wow.
when I see that it's been able to be expanded into an entire new genre called trap, or it's just refreshing to see the lengths of how to stretch your resources. So it wasn't difficult for me to keep up per se because we were already there. And as far as the beats and the music, mute producers change like artists
Right.
change. But some things, it's only four paces in music. It's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4.
That's
You can
it.
get into the one that there's no more. There's only four paces of beat that you can possibly have. And you know, so I stick to the ground rules of music, and you know, Beethoven my way through the rest of it. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on.
I listen with my good ear. You know what I'm saying?
Now, mention just a little busy. I know they're out there doing big things, man. How have they embraced the music business, and how have it's been able with you having all of this knowledge, been able to help them to grow and supersede some of the hurdles that you had to go through coming up?
Well, I just got off the phone with my sons. I've been on the phone all week with my sons, heavy about their careers. And I think that they had the opportunity to learn what the music industry was about. The
Okay.
music industry is about divide and conquer. The music industry don't really see your vision. They only see a vision that they create. Like, so they learn the ropes, and they're at the level now to where they're like, Dad, just whatever you talking about. I'm more I've left the giving them advice aspect of it, because they went out there and they seen the world for what it was, and it ain't shit. And now they back to, okay, Dad, what do you want us to do? Like, tell us
Come
exactly
on.
what to do.
They done figured it
So
out.
yeah, they done figured it out real
Hey
quick. You
man,
feel me?
about time, right? Oh look.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got them. I got a major multi-million dollar deal on the table for them kids. So that's where we at right now. So I'm very excited for them. It's a very exciting time for them, and I'm able to just guide them through without them having to worry about being snaked or stabbed in the back or
Making
somebody taking
dollars.
something from them. And yeah, yeah, definitely. So that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that Bloodline Harmony, Lil Bizzy, YBL Sinatra, Goldie, Cleve the Harmony guys, So Throw. They are a dope ass group. And with what I'm finna do with them and the company that I'm talking to take their career to the next level, it's gonna be really, really, really special. And then I'm gonna guide them all the way through. You know what I mean? I'm
Right?
just gonna guide them, tell them which way to go. Go that way, go that way, go that way. Stay your ass in the gym. Stay away from them bitches.
Come
Stay away
on.
from them. Stay away from them punks. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Get
Hey,
your driver's license.
that's right. Come on.
So
Get him
it's
the
more.
daddy-o.
Yeah, it's more putting them on the right track. Shows, videos, writing, music, and then have you a life, you know what I mean, after your career gets to the point to where you could say, now I can rest, now I can have a life, now I can find a woman, now I can find this. So I'm trying to teach them in the right way, but kids will be kids.
Sometimes hard head make us all fast. That's what my mama used to always say. Oh Lord. So we out here, man, in this it's 2020, the COVID thing. And we talk about that. Let's just get into that just for a little bit, man, because the media and everybody saying, and shout out to Mike Schneck. I'll give his question real quick because that was our last fan question. Mike Schneck, super fan out here from Cleveland, and said, man, did you know that Bizzy was like the only artist out of Bone Thugs that actually got to work with Pac on that last song? And I was like, no, you know what? I really didn't know. They said, man, please ask him that for me. So that's for Mike Schneck. He said, how was it rocking with Pac on that song before he left us?
I mean, it was, you knew you was in the presence of a legend, and you could smell death around him. Like, you knew something was up. Something was up so bad that you could just, it was just a feeling in the air.
Wow, that's being on point, right?
Like,
For the
no, it
road
was
folks,
that
that's being on
shit.
point. You know you on point when you sense something's not right, huh? Oh man.
No, man, it was something, like something was wrong. Like, he had this, he had something on him, something after him. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell they was coming. Whatever it may have been, they was coming. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I look at the steps of how it really, really happened. Like, how do you go all the way to Vegas with 4 other people and abandon them people? And after you done got into a fight already with
And
niggas in death row, and you standing right outside the door, waiting, no, waiting on him to beat you the fuck up.
crazy.
So now you have a reason to retaliate. See, people don't understand, but in LA, the gang culture is like no other culture besides maybe Chicago. It's like no other culture in the world. It really, 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 really is not. It's real as fuck. The police out there respect the fuck out of that shit. Like the police in LA respect the gang culture. I shit you not.
Damn it.
But no, yeah, definitely. I was the only one in there with Pac, my homegirl, Silky Fine. Blessings to Silky Fine out there who helped put it together. So, yeah, that's real shit. Real shit. I thought it was supposed to be my solo record.
Wow, come
You know what I'm
on,
saying?
right?
Yeah, but business, you gotta make executive decisions and shit. And it was the smartest decision business wise. I did all the legwork, but it's all about the brand any motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the fam anyway. That's what this shit built on. This ain't about feelings or emotions or none of that bullshit.
Now I'll get back to the 2020. So here we are in 2020, man. And this corona thing's going around. You guys be masked up when you going out. Are you really taking it serious? Because now they're starting to open stuff up. Me, myself, as an artist, they ain't paying me enough to go out there and take the chance right now doing any live shows. You got to come up on what Too Deep is charging. Y'all got to pay me a little more to get me out to perform. It's just, it seemed like it's still real sketchy out there. You guys masked up, glove, body wash, all that kind of good stuff. Being safe, and have you been making plans to get back out there now that they're starting to open stuff up?
Oh yeah, definitely being safe, masking up, washing hands. I've always been a germy dude
Yeah, me
anyway.
too. That's real.
I've always been just, I ain't gonna open up. Like, I'm definitely, when I'm using the restroom in public, I ain't touching shit. Anyway, like, anyway,
Come
I'm
on.
constantly wiping my hands. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, man, we definitely being safe. Like, we definitely being safe about it. And it's right up my alley. I've always been, with my wife, she like, God damn, like, I gotta wash my hands all the time. I'm like, now it's so much more easier to be like, you need to wash your hands. Why? Why? But, yeah, man, we definitely being careful as a motherfucker for real.
that's what's up. Amen, amen. That's what's up. We ain't gonna keep you long, but you know we're gonna keep you strong. If you're just tuning in, that means you're flashing me late, so you must be black. We are live right here on Celebrity Talk with the one and only Grammy Award winning baby Bizzy Bone. Yeah! Oh my God. So let's just real quick before we go, because not a lot of artists are getting a chance to break into the movie industry. And they don't understand how huge that is to be able to transform from just an artist, a rapper, singer, whatever it is, and get into the movie. How was that experience, and how do they relate together in helping your growth in your career? Because you've been in a couple movies now, like Jacked,
Yeah,
right? Jacked Up.
jacked up,
Come
color
on,
of a dream, what now, Alpha and Omega, um, Bone Collection,
that's right.
what now? So about 7, 8 of it. Um,
Like Beef.
huh?
Was it like Beef 3 or something? Then
I think we was in that one too, like a little guest appearance or something.
Cutthroat
But
Alley.
it's Yep, Cutthroat Alley, that one. So about almost about 9, 10 of them. Um, but it's it's just the transition to knowing people. It's like once you get to know people, you get guided into that pathway naturally and normally. The natural transition from videos and music and visuals is capturing more than 30 minutes of just you sustaining a script. So it elevated to that. Now I know it's Netflix and all the rest of that and Hulu and how those things happen. It's more independent, have the film already done, and then you go out and you sell it. So it's just to me a normal transition in entertainment. Sports, entertainment, sports music normally leads to movies, theater, motion pictures. So I believe that you catch it in the course and in the right place at the right time. If you in Cleveland, Ohio, you gotta get to LA, you gotta get to New York in order to get into the scene, in order to start reading scripts and where they're shooting movies at. So, you gotta be a part of Screen Actors Guild if that's what you're trying to get into, and take all the classes and get all the credentials and have the best resumes and appearances that you can. You got to really hustle and bustle if that's just your sole mission. So I've seen it. I've seen it materialize for a lot of people as well. So it's definitely, yeah, definitely.
Out there on the YouTube live. Shout out to Compton Lightner. Shout out to Demetrius. Shout out to Gambino coming in and voicing his question out here, man. And shout out to you, Mr. Bizzy Bone. I really appreciate you, the time, man, coming out. Is there anything that we missed out, man? Did you really wanted your fans to hear from you today that we may not have been able to have the time to touch on?
Well, definitely every Thursday and every Saturday I have Jam TV. You type in Jam TV Bizzy Bone. And you'll get all of the episodes that we've been doing. I got all of my latest videos that I have put up on there from carbon monoxide. I believe we got 6 videos that we did for carbon monoxide. Definitely all my social media handles, IG, Mr. McCain, MRMCCANE, Facebook, I am Bizzy Bone. And I got a store. I got 2 stores that I just opened up. One, you can get, my website is jcasmusic.com. And another one is www.iambuzzybone.com. And, you know, it's like my 2 new stores where I've got face masks and real beautiful material, you know what I mean, comfortable material and sweatsuits. And then on the other one, I got records and I got vintage Cleveland jerseys and basketball jerseys and keychains and all kind of other little trinkets that you can pick up, just bone nostalgia and, you know, just great materials and new stuff. I'm also working on a movie, we have a movie that we finished with, executive produced by Crazy Bone and Bizzy Bone, called Sons of St. Clair, that we're going to be releasing very, very soon. So that's a really big project. And my new record that we're finishing up and we're wrapping up now, that I want to come back on your show and make sure that we do something new, play some new music, and, you know, really show the people I want to come back. You know what I'm saying? And all the technical difficulties that we had yesterday, today really made up for.
Amen. Sons of Sinclair, man, because I know some cats from down here over on Sinclair. They gonna love that joint. Shout out to Huff, man, everybody over there, man. Shout out to Cleveland for all the love and support y'all showing us over here at KFSM Radio. And more than all, man, shouts out to you, Bizzy Bone, man. Shouts out to August and Compton for all their hard work, making sure that we can come together, man, and do this. Shouts out to the listeners and all the Bone Thugs and Harmony and the Bizzy Bone fans for in tonight, commenting. Make sure you tell a friend that this is where it's at, and this is how we do it. Grammy Award winning, platinum selling artist, Bizzy Bone, yeah! Make sure you tune in Monday, man. We got the legendary Smooth B. We'll be with the legendary Smooth B next Monday at 10 p.m. Man, thank you again, my friend, for all the love and support. If there's anything you need, man, you let me know, and we're going to definitely make sure that we can do everything we can to help you, my friend.
All right. God bless you. Be great.
God bless you too, man. Be safe. There it is, baby. Bizzy Bone. Yeah! In the town, man. I'd like to thank everybody once again for being a part of the crazy, and you see it going down right here, right? How we do it each and every week right here on KFSM Radio, man. Shouts out to everybody, man. Shouts out to the love. Shouts out to Bizzy Bone, man. Shouts out to the fam. Shouts out to everybody, man. It's just so amazing. You like how I'm moving the camera around like that? Y'all know what's going on over here. We just tearing the whole thing up. I'd like to thank y'all. Again, make sure y'all check us out. That's right. Next Monday, 15th at 10 p.m. We're going to have the legendary Smooth B will be in the building. We'll be rocking out and doing our Thug Thizzle, man. Peace. Thanks again to everybody. BC, Sean Leitner, Demetrius, I see you, everybody out there, my man Schneck, I see you, big baby. Everybody out here in Cleveland, man, much love. Peace. We'll see y'all next week. That's what's up. Wow.
What's up, this Jay-Z.
Hey, yo, this is Eminem.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Drizzy Drake.
Yo, what's up, this is Usher.
This is Big Snoop D-O-double-G.
Man, it's your boy T-Scoop.
You know it's them GS boys.
Yeah, man, it's Spice One.
This is your boy, Bad Boy Billy Sly.
Hey, yo, wings up. This your boy, Judah the Freeze.
Yo, what up? It's the one and only Murphy Lee.
Yo, this your boy B-Mac Banks.
That's right, it's your boy Havoc the Mouthpiece from the South Central Cartel.
This is Steve Arrington,
a.k.a. The Invade, only on KFSM Radio.
KSFM Radio.
On KFSM.
KFSM Radio.
KFSM Radio. On KFSM Radio.
KFSM. It's your radio station. KFSM radio station. KFSM radio station.